Hello my beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. So I know that I owe you guys like a red look, somebody said lilac, I owe you guys a whole bunch of looks. But today I'm not going to be doing a look like that simply because your girl is rushing. I mean, it wouldn't be an RE video if I was not rushing. I have to go to a birthday party, so I really got to get ready. Plus this week has been just a week. So we're going to get into some things. We're going to talk. Well, at least I plan on talking. I think I got like maybe 2 hours at the max. I wanted to put in like some very small curls into my hair, but I'm not really sure if that's going to work today. But we're going to see what happens. So let's go ahead and jump in. Know that I start with some powder inside of my brows because y'all know that I get oily very quickly. So I like to just start with a little bit of powder. Normally I would be using like a brown black, but today I'm going to try to use this brown and hope and pray that it is not too light and it don't look crazy, but we'll see. Anyway, my life this week has been super chaotic. I have been trying to date. I will update y'all on that in a second, but I would like to just kind of discuss what's been going on with me and my friendships lately. So, I mean, I would probably say starting last year sometime, I just noticed that a lot of, oh my goodness, that looks a little bit too light, but we'll see. We'll see if we may work. But I've noticed that a lot of times the people who are quote unquote that I consider friends or whatever, or would like to be friends, they dump on me a lot. Like they'll call me and dump about the shit that they're going through, which by all means is absolutely no problem. However, when it's my turn to dump and I got some things I need to get off my chest, or maybe you could just call and see how I'm doing, there always seems to be a little bit of a silence. So I made a note of that last year that, you know what, alright, I am so done giving in to people who are not giving it to me the same exact way. If my friendship cannot be reciprocated, then I'm completely done with it. And that's just, it is what it is. I think because I am, like, when I go through shit, I'm, like, more reserved. I kind of like to be in my own little world. I don't like to dump or become a burden to anybody. So 9 times out of 10, I don't wind up venting. And if I do, if I feel like, oh, you're not really paying attention, then I'll never talk to you again about it, right? So I think a lot of times, because like I said, it's always just been me. So me having to be strong for myself, I don't really go out of my way to vent. Now, am I a good listener? Absolutely. But that has been to my detriment lately because, again, I find that a lot of people dump on me. They don't allow me to dump, but they call to dump. And I'm going through this and I'm going through that, and never once asking me like, hey, how was your day? Or were you okay today? You know? So again, in 2024, I just decided like I'm not doing that anymore. Oh my goodness, is this my first video of 24, honey? Happy 24 to you guys. I don't even think I said Happy New Year. Happy New Year, people. But yeah, so I made that conscious decision. I already cut off with one person. Well, not really cut them off, but I just stopped answering the phone when they called simply because, baby, I have my own shit going on. I know it don't seem like it, baby. I got my own shit going on, right? And this is why I say I really don't like to vent to other people, because I understand the other people have their own shit going on. But this particular person just kind of failed to realize that I got my own shit going on. It was never anything about me. Anytime we talked about me, we kind of always got diverted back to them, right? So I was like, in 2024, I'm not fucking doing it. So I've had nothing to say to that person. Well, me and I would have considered my best friend, but shit just ain't been adding up lately, and I don't think that she gained an enemy by any means. Hopefully I didn't gain an enemy. I just feel like we're on 2 different wavelengths at this point, and we just may need to take a little bit of break and come back at a later date. So I feel like I have gotten my home to a place that I like it or whatever, right? Like I got my little tent set up outside with my little patio furniture, so we can go out there and sit down next to the fireplace, roast some marshmallows, you know, be on our grown woman shit. Got me a little wine cabinet. So I feel like I finally got my home the way that I wanted to. Now, granted, I do stay out in the boonies, kind of far from everybody else, right? But this particular time, which was this weekend, I decided that I wanted to host like a little bit of a wine party, and just invite some people over simply because your girl has gotten into drinking wine as well. I was never like a wine drinker, and I was like, I don't know, I just kind of want to do it. I went to like this event and they had like these different types of wines and Rieslings and Moscatos and all these 1920 wines and stuff. And it was just like a really good experience. So I was like, you know what? I kind of, just being on your grown woman shit, thinking out of the element type of thing, I wanted to host a wine party at my home. So I invited people, and then I invited my best friend. And I asked them, because y'all know I am very respectful of other people's time and what they have going on. Hey, is this a good weekend? Everybody said yes. In the group chat, we were good to go, right? So now keep in mind that I drive maybe every weekend, if not every other weekend, an hour away to go see my friend. And then I drive an hour back. So an hour there, an hour back. So, I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm going to try it. So I'm going to use like a little bit of my contour. I seen this girl do it on her little Instagram and it was cute. But I'm going to make this my eyeshadow color again because I am rushing. I got to go, people. I don't have time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to try to blend this out and see if I can get me a nice little gradient going. But anyway, yes, any type of family function that she has, I've always made myself available. Even if I had another event to attend prior to that, I always tried to make sure I left that event okay at a certain amount of time. That way I get my time in with everybody and everybody feels like I am present because that is the type of friend that I am, right? And I also feel like sometimes friends could be, you know, reaching out to you, not necessarily saying that they need somebody in their corner, but they just need your presence felt, right? And I think that way because for me, sometimes I just want you to sit here. I don't want you to say shit. I probably won't even say nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I am also the type of friend that if I know you're hurting, I'll just show up. You don't have to ask me to be there. You could be like, all right, don't come. I am the type of friend that is going to show up at your doorstep because I know that you're hurting, right? And so even if I don't have, or I can't bring you peace in this situation, I'm going to be present for you. Again, that's the type of friend that I am. Okay, I'm gonna set it with a little bit of my my Julius. I'm gonna go ahead and set this shadow in place. But do I realize that just because that's the type of friend I am, I cannot expect others to be that type of friend? Absolutely, right? But I do expect for my efforts to be reciprocated in the best way that you know how, right? So again, sometimes I may not have all of the answers, baby, but I'm going to be in your corner. Anyway, I go to host this wine thing. I invite a couple people over. Y'all know that my home is, you know, it's my safe place, and not a lot of people get access to that or whatever. But I invite a couple people over, and everybody was good to go. And then my friend is having her little birthday thing today. Not like a birthday for her, a birthday for a kid. So I was like, okay, cool, right? So she was one person. I shared me and my best friend share a mutual friend, which is my separate friend that's having a party today. Hopefully that all came together. But she's having a party today, so I was like, okay. Oh, you know what? I want to try underpainting because I seen them girlies on TikTok doing it and I thought it was kind of cute. So let's try to underpaint today, but let's use a primer. Let's use our milk because I think we might be outside, but I'm not really sure. So let's use the milk. But anyway, so just to be considerate again of people's time, I'm like, you know what? Let me ask my best friend if we should go ahead and move it. So I asked her, I was like, hey, should we move it? And she was like, yeah, go ahead and move it to next weekend. So I was like, all right. Well, after thinking about it, I was like, no, I'm not going to move it because so it's my best friend, it's our mutual friend, and then there's another friend that is my best friend's best friend. Hopefully that makes sense. So those are the only 3 people that were not able to make it, right? So there were still like maybe 4 or 5 people that wanted to come. Now, mind you, we had already had this discussion prior to this weekend. Like we had already talked about it when it was going to be done. So I had already had other people clear their calendars. So me thinking about it overnight, I'm like, I can always get with those 3 people later. I'm not going to mess up these people's time because I hate people fuck with my time like that. And you don't know if they've already cleared it, made plans, they were looking forward to it, whatever. So I'm still going to fucking have it, right? Y'all can't make it, that's cool. I'm going to still have it. I'm going to use that same shade that I used. I think this is from Kat Von D, but I'm gonna go ahead and contour. Like I said, I'm gonna try to underpaint today, which underpainting is just kind of doing your contour and stuff prior to you applying your foundation. I seen some girlies do it on TikTok, and I'm like, let me try it. Why do I always wait until the day I have something to do to try shit like this? I don't know. I think I might be a little bit off, but that's okay. Anyway, so I decided to host it anyway. So in the chat, we had a group chat between my best friend, her best friend, and me. So her best friend messaged and was like, hey, are we still having it? So I was like, no. She decided that she wanted to do it next weekend. We can all get together another weekend. I'm still going to have my event because there were other people that still wanted to come. So my best friend calls herself getting a motherfucking attitude. And you know your friends, like you know when they catching fucking attitudes, like, stop playing, I know you. So she calls herself getting an attitude about me still hosting it and not telling her it was still going on. But if you told me that you wanted to move it to another weekend, listen, I'm not moving things to accommodate you. And you're the only person that has a conflict. You know what I'm saying? You and 2 other people, and there's still people that want to come. This is NARS chocolate that I'm using, but there's still other people who want to attend, so I'm not going to inconvenience them. Again, just being cognizant of other people's time. I'm not going to inconvenience them because you're unable to make it or whatever. So she like, oh, so you couldn't tell me that you still had it going on? There was no point in telling you it was still going on. Like, me, you, and your best friend hang out all the time, right? We kick it all the time. So y'all not being able to make it, cool, no problem. But I'm not going to move it for you, right? So again, she catches like an attitude, and I clock it. So then she's like, well, I don't understand why we can't just move it to the next weekend. Like, it'll be fine. Again, I'm not moving something to accommodate you because I've been to all of your events and I've never asked you to move something to accommodate me, right? So I'm not doing it. Then, plus my kids had like a sleepover. Like, they're doing like a sleepover next weekend. Now, mind you, the sleepover is simply because somebody watched my kids, and I feel like this is why I don't let people do shit for me. I don't let people do shit for me because they try to throw it up in your face later what they've done for you. Just my mom did that shit too many times that to this point, to this day, I do not allow people to do shit for me. Like, if you want to do something for me, you gonna have to do it on a sneak. But I always feel like I owe people. I don't like feeling like that, so I don't allow people to do shit for me. So anyway, the lady, she had took my kids one weekend because she has a son and he's the only boy. So she took them because he needed some friends to hang out. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, to repay her back, I was like, go ahead, they can come over here next weekend. So my friend takes that as, oh, so you didn't invite my child? I'm sorry. That's where you lost me. That's where you completely lost me, love. So when she say that, of course that shit fucking triggers me, because then she goes into, well, I invite the kids to everything that I fucking host. First of all, who the fuck is hosting something? Alright? And then she's like, well, I just don't understand, because my kid's birthday is coming up and they're doing something. They're going out of town for it. So then she like, well, I don't understand why my child couldn't come to the sleepover. Like, you act as if this is a fucking sleepover with several fucking children. This is literally a sleepover between my children, and one fucking kid. One kid. And again, simply just a payback because, oh girl, watch my child. So you feel entitled, and that's the sense of entitlement that's fucking pissing me off, and it's making my eye twitch. Because you feel entitled to feel as though anytime I have company at my home, I must invite you and your child. You're insane. You're fucking sane. So she's like, well, I consider y'all family, and I always invite y'all to things and all this other stuff that she talking about. So I told her, I said, ask yourself, how many times have you been to my home and how many times have I been to yours? She didn't want to answer that question. She still wanted to talk about the fact that her child was not invited to my home with a regular fucking sleepover, right? So me still trying to take the high road, I explained to her that this is simply me fucking paying somebody back for watching my fucking children. And besides that, I don't know this child well enough to know how they're going to behave, right? So there may be some behavioral issues going on that I gotta combat for, and I wouldn't have your child around somebody that I don't know how the fuck they get down, and I wouldn't expect you to have my kids around somebody you don't know how the fuck they get down, right? Out of respect for you. Again, me always thinking of other people, right? But when you're selfish like that, the only thing that you could think of is why the fuck you weren't invited. So I tried to put it into perspective for her. I said, yeah, we are absolutely family, but it's gonna be some shit that we do outside of each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be some shit that gets done where your child is not invited, my kids are not invited. There have been plenty of events or plenty of times that you've had company in your home and I don't feel entitled to be there just because I'm your friend. Or I don't feel entitled for my kids to be there. To me, that shit just don't sit right to me. Regular fucking company? Now, had this been in a sleepover where there were like several children here and your kid was not invited, absolutely. Had this been a sleepover for their birthday, absolutely. But this was simply me paying somebody back and you have a problem with And then I told her, I said, for me, I'm gonna tell you what fucking pissed me off. I'm gonna tell you why I got such a big problem with this. It's because you continue to want the benefit of the doubt without giving it to me. The fact that you call me your so-called friend, and I'm good enough to listen to all of your secrets. I am good enough to be there whenever you need me. But the moment some shit don't go your way, instead of you knowing my character, you question my character, you question my integrity, and then accuse me of intentionally not inviting your kid without asking me what happened. See, that ain't how I get down. Especially if I know a motherfucker. If I know like you wouldn't do no shit like that to me, my question to you would have been, I'm sorry, that shit just really pissed me off. But my question to you would have been, you know, it probably wouldn't even been no fucking question, honestly, because I know you well enough that you wouldn't have intentionally not invited my child if this was something that was bigger, right? I know you well enough that if this was a party, being my best friend, I know my kid would be there. But for you to feel like, oh, you're having a birthday sleepover and not inviting my kid is wild. You continuously question my integrity and my fucking character, and for that, I got a big fucking problem with it. Fuck all the rest of the shit. You don't respect me enough. You ain't got the decency enough to respect my fucking character, nigga. That's what the fuck I got a problem with. Else I got a problem with? I got another problem with. Instead of you pulling me aside as your motherfucking friend, you decided to do this inside of a group chat with your best friend in it. So it's like you really trying to be fucking funny, right? You really trying to be fucking funny. And I told you that I called her immature because I think the way that she handled the situation was extremely immature. Again, if you felt as though, all right, why didn't you invite my kid? That's something that you could have asked me. You could have literally asked me, like, all right, was there a reason why she wasn't invited? But instead, you decided to accuse me of something, and not just accuse me on some one-on-one shit. You decided to accuse me inside of a damn group chat. So I got a real motherfucking problem with that. And I'm going to stand on business every fucking time when it comes to some shit. She like, you always think you right. No, I don't always think I'm right, but I do believe, I do wholeheartedly believe that this conversation could have went completely different had you come to me as a woman and stated that your feelings were hurt out the gate instead of coming to me on some bullshit that you fucking came to me on. You don't get to, man, let me tell you something. You don't get to throw a motherfucking shot and then when I respond accordingly, then you talk about some, oh, well, you ain't have to say all that. No. We don't have to have the calm down situation because it could have been calm in the way that you talk to me. She's like, well, I should be able to approach you about anything. You should be able to approach me about any and everything, but you gonna watch how the fuck you talk to me. That's what it came down to. You gonna watch who the fuck you talking to. Especially when you talking about some goddamn, I guess my baby wasn't invited. Dog, you wasn't looking for a motherfucking resolution. You didn't give me the benefit of the doubt. And then on top of that, me still having respect for you as a fucking friend, I still explained to you why she was not invited. And I didn't fucking have to because you don't pay no fucking bills up in here. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? For me, I would have approached that shit completely fucking different. Again, I would have definitely given my best friend the benefit out the gate. out the fucking gate, I would have given her the fucking benefit, because I know for a fact, like you said, we fucking family. My friend wouldn't do no malicious shit like that and intentionally not fucking invite my child. If there was a reason that my child was not invited, cool. She had her reasons for that. But I know she wouldn't intentionally fucking do it. So the fact that you came swinging out the gate, that's a motherfucking problem for me. It's a motherfucking problem for me. And like I said, the fact that you feel as so entitled, I've never felt entitled like that. And I told her that I would never make you feel like that. So the fact that you making me feel like that is crazy. Because I would never do that to you. I've been in plenty of rooms with motherfuckers I don't know because of you that I was very uncomfortable in. Because I have social fucking anxiety. But what did I do for my friend? I would never make you feel fucking uncomfortable. You've had me around bitches that I know for a fact don't fucking like me. Who have said off the wall shit to me. And I still held my composure because I would never put you in a situation like that. So the fact, like I said, it goes back to a respect thing. You do not respect me enough to not do it to me. And this all stemmed from a wine party still going on because you couldn't make time for me. Like I said, it didn't matter what the fuck I had going on. I was there for you. I showed up, drove an hour and some change. You have moved from one house that was an hour and a half away to another house that's an hour, right? In the time frame that I've been living in this home, which is probably, I think, going on year 2. This is probably year 2. Probably a year and some change, something like that. But in the time frame that I've been living in this home, you have moved 2 places. And I can count on 30 hands how many times I've been to your home. I can tell you I put at least 15,000 miles on my car driving back and forth to your home, to your events. And so the one time I have an event at my home, yeah, I look at it fucking differently, because how many times have you been in mine? You can't even count on one hand. Probably 4 fucking total have you been here. 4. And each and every time it was because you needed something. That's what I'm saying. Like, so right now, the way that I feel, I'm motherfucking pissed off. I'm motherfucking hot. I'm hot. I'm still mad. So after we have this heated discussion, again, because we both have this mutual friend at this party today, she goes on to let me know that she's still coming to the party. The fuck does that have to do with me? And that's exactly what I told her. I said, what's your presence got to do with me going to support my friends? See, that's the difference between me and you. It's because regardless of who the fuck is in the room, whether or not I fucking like them, I'm going there to support my friends. So fuck you. Not to her directly, but I'm saying, like, if it's somebody in the room that I got animosity with, fuck you. It ain't about you. It's about my motherfucking friend, and I'm here to support her. So I'm never gonna let whatever this is that me and you got going on stop me from going to go support my fucking friends. So you announcing your motherfucking presence don't mean shit to me. I would expect you to still fucking be there. The fuck is you talking about? That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just, when I tell you, did she make me mad? Like, I'm fucking hot. So the friend that's the one that she is her best friend, right? That she decided to have this discussion in front of her fucking best friend. That's what I'm saying. Like, you ain't got no fucking respect for me. And I don't appreciate that shit at all. Because had it been me, we could took this conversation outside of the group chat. Because I have a problem with you directly. Whatever. And it would be different if all 3 of us were like this. But because of me and you are like this, and you and her are like this conversation shouldn't have been had in front of her, right? But whatever. This is where you want us to talk about it, so we're gonna motherfucking talk about it, right? Because I feel like you tried to bitch me in front of her when you made that comment, oh, so my baby not invited, noted. Like, when you did that shit in front of her, like, you basically was trying to bitch me. And the fact that you questioned my fucking character in front of her, I got a real motherfucking problem. But whatever. So the mutual friend, texted the group chat the next day. Because I told, oh, girl, I'm done fucking talking about it. I'm done fucking talking about it because I done said what the fuck I said. And you act as if you not comprehending, and it's very fucking childish. And I feel like the whole discussion is very fucking petty, right? I view a lot of things as fucking being petty because it just be unnecessary fucking arguments. Like, this whole, like I said, the whole shit could have been addressed and squashed had you said from the get-go. I mean, the get-go that your fucking feelings were hurt. We could have addressed your feelings being hurt, and you allowed me to explain what the fuck was going on, even though I don't owe you no motherfucking explanation. Out of respect for you, I still would have given you an explanation, right? But you didn't do that. What you did was jump to fucking conclusions, and now we're here, right? Because you the one popped off. So anyway, I'm sorry because I'm getting mad. Anyway, the friend takes us the group chat and says, I really hate this for y'all. Like, I think that this could be worked out and all this other stuff. And she writes this long little paragraph. Now, this to me just continues to show my best friend's level of maturity. It just continues to fucking show it, and it puts the shit in perspective that this right now, like I said, maybe in a couple years down the line, but as of right now, this is not serving me. The best friend writes a whole list of, hey, I think y'all can work this out. You know, I hate to see y'all going through this, right? Writes this whole thing out. The only thing, and the best friend says, I love y'all, like y'all gotta get this together. The only thing that my best friend says is, I love you too, to old girl. See, my response to that would have been, absolutely, it could be worked out, because again, friends, y'all gonna fall like y'all not always gonna be buddy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have disagreements, and sometimes y'all gonna agree to disagree. So my response to that would have been, absolutely, it could have been worked out. I love y'all. We just gonna give each other enough time, right, to just marinate on it, and we're gonna come back. Shit gonna be straight. You only address that portion of it. Again, that lets me know your fucking maturity and where your head is at. So my response was, you know what? I'm going to take some time to process this. I'm going to take some time to reflect on it. But right now, the way that I see it, it cannot be worked out. And I'm not working it out. Because remember last time I went, I'm the one that called the dinner and she had offended me. I'm the one that called the dinner because I valued our relationship. But at this point, you're going to have to show that you value the relationship, and you're going to have to be mature enough to fix it. And if you don't, then you don't. But I'm walking away scot-free, because you don't get to question my fucking integrity as a friend and then expect me to still be open and willing to discuss it. So feel how you feel. I'm done talking about it. Not once did she say, all right, we better than this. No, nothing. Like, we should be able to discuss it. Like, I'll see you on Saturday. We'll talk about this. Nothing. Like I said, it just shows that the maturity of this relationship. And if you don't feel no ways, baby, trust and believe. I don't feel no ways. I don't feel absolutely none, love. Like, I'm telling you, my ignore game is strong. I can walk past a motherfucker and not see them. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. But like I said, this could have definitely went a different way. I think it's all about in the way that you handle things. Because you can't control how nobody else is going to handle things. But the way that you handle things is super important. And definitely just kind of knowing your friend and stop being so fucking accusatory of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody not out to get you. I promise you. And this comes from a motherfucker that's been done wrong by several, including our own family. Everybody is not out to harm you. Everybody don't, want to see you lose and stuff like that. But that's a maturity thing. And it's very unfortunate that we've come to this. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, she didn't get an enemy. My love for you will never ever change, but I know that right now in this moment, that is not the type of friend that I need. You know what I'm saying? And I also believe too that I have, y'all have to understand too, like, I didn't get to be in this type of friend overnight. Like, I literally had to lose so many different friendships because of my thought process, because of my approach to people, because I was thinking everybody's just out to get me and fuck you, and you never want to do anything to help me. That was my thought process. And like I told y'all, when I went to go cross that bridge again, like, I think I did it like 2-3 years ago. I reached out to the two women that I had lost and tried to make things right. They were not in a place to receive it. And you know what I had to do? Accept that shit. Unfortunately, I lost 2 good fucking friendships. And for that, I apologize. I still apologize for my role in it. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I'm not always right. So I apologize for my role in it, because I could have made better decisions. But in this moment right here, we not doing that. We not doing that. And like I said, the way that I handled shit then with friends is the way that she's handling me now. And unfortunately, you'll lose people that way. I had to learn how to listen and how to talk to motherfuckers, right? Like, you can't just go off on them and then expect y'all to be cool later. No, that's not how a fucking friendship works. You don't get to take shots at your friend and then expect for y'all to still, you know, her to still be open to hearing what you have to say. No, that's not how it works. Your approach is everything. And again, it's just something that's just going to have to be learned. And if you are in a place where you are looking to make friends, or you want to build relationships, or you want to keep the friends that you have, you got to be open to giving and taking. Just like the last time when I reached to her, I was to her about dinner. It wasn't because I was fucking wrong. It was simply because I valued our relationship. And whatever it is, we can come back from, right? But at this moment in time, you got to show me that you value the relationship as much as I do. And if you don't, I'm done with it. Y'all know how we do. So don't get in them comments and be, you know, flipping all out on her, right? All right, remember I told y'all we don't be bashing over here. And again, just some shit, you know, gotta fall apart till it come back together, and that's all right. So now that that is knocked out and I had my little venting session, I apologize for that. I was just still on edge about it, you know, still upset. So I apologize for ranting like that. I don't even know how long that rant was, so I'm sorry. But yeah, your girl has officially also made the change to the other side. I am now with the palms all the way. All the way. I'm sorry, I've had enough of Lil Rodney and Jerome. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. Like, my patience is not there, and the fact that yours is, or that some of y'all girls is insane to me. Because how are you dealing with the shit they... Let me just tell y'all. Alright, I'm gonna highlight, I think, with my... I mean, not highlight, but bake with my Banana Deep. I don't know why I'm doing this, but we shall see. Don't know how this is gonna come out either. Good thing I didn't wear my contacts today, because child, this little dust has been all in my eye. But anyway, I tried the dating sites once again, right? Tried it again. I met 2 guys, and then I was like, I'm completely done with this shit. I've had enough. There will be bills and Todd's and shit like that from going on. Jason's, that's it. I've had enough. So anyway, I started talking to this one guy. He was cool. He was very country when we got on the phone. Just not fucking stable. Like, he's like, oh yeah, I'm a truck driver. I moved to Dallas maybe like, what do you say, like a year or so ago. I got a roommate, and this all this extra shit, right? So then as we're sitting there talking, he says he has kids back home. So I'm like, well, how does that work with you being here? And he's like, oh, they mama let me see them when I come back. So I'm like, well, how often do you go and see them? He's like, oh, once a month. So I'm like, once a month? So I'm like, is that because you're driving? Like, you're on the road? And he's like, yeah, I mean, that's part of it, but like, not really. Like, they mama got them, like, they can do what they want to do. So then he was like, yeah, I'm thinking about getting a house down here because they mama tricked me into getting them. The fuck do you mean she tricked you into getting your own fucking kids? So I'm like, please elaborate on what you mean by getting tricked, because are they not your children? Like, are these just children that you, like, you just claim they not yours for real? And he like, nah, they mine, but she tricked me into getting them because she told them to call me and they said they wanted to live with me. How the fuck are you tricked into getting your fucking kids? Man, the word tricked is just throwing me the fuck off. So I was like, yeah, baby, I'm not talking to you no more, because what are you talking about? You was fucking tricked into getting your fucking kids. Then this man proceeds to text me good morning. Now, why I didn't block him, I must have fucking forgot. But literally, the next day, because I didn't fucking respond, because I'm like, baby, the whole trick situation is crazy. That is fucking crazy. So, and this is how I ended the call with him. I'm like, yeah, well, I gotta go. That should let you know everything you needed to know. Why are you still texting me? So he texted me, and he's like, this is the next day after he said good morning and didn't get a response. So then you didn't get a response, and then you continued to text me anyway. So then, because we were talking about places that I normally go to, like to drink and stuff like that. So he's like, can you send me the list of those places that I can go to? Sir, no, you need to go focus on getting your fucking kids. You don't need to be partying. I will not assist you in finding no goddamn places to party when you can't even do for your children. I wound up sending that man a damn list of kids attractions where I be taking kids, urban air, the zoo, because that's what the fuck you need to be focused on. You don't need to be focused on when the fuck you about to go get a drink, bitch. You need to be focused on how the fuck you gonna take care of them kids. That's what you need to be focused on. You focused on the wrong motherfucking thing, so let me assist you. And then after that, I did block him because I'm like, you're weird. Then the other guy, Lou, I'm not even gonna say young. The nigga was 37. 30 fucking 7. So I get him on the phone and he started off fucking wrong. You know, you too fine to be on that site. And I'm just like, appreciate you. So he like, oh, when we can link up or whatever. So I'm like, nah. Like, I need to get some conversation about you, because that's gonna let me know how deep your pockets is and whether or not I need to be interested. So he goes, I don't even know how we start. Oh, he talking about the second thing out of his mouth was, you know, I'm about to go get this new 2024, you know. I said, oh, congratulations on owning a car. He's like, oh, no, I'm not about to own it. You know, I lease cars, so I change my cars every 2 to 3 years. I guess that was supposed to be like this main attraction. That was supposed to make my eyes big and shit like that. No, it doesn't, because that lets me know that you may be a little bit unstable, right? Not saying people who lease cars are unstable, because that's definitely smart, because I was actually thinking about leasing my Mercedes because the maintenance isn't clean. But anyway, just something about him, just it let me know. So I asked him, I said, well, are you financially stable? And he gonna say, well, what you mean by financially stable? What does that mean? You're dusty, and I can fucking tell. So he says, what do you mean by this? So I said, can you stand on your own 2 feet? He gonna say, yeah. I said, so you don't believe in ownership, like you don't own nothing? Because, you know, I paid off my car. Still, I'm not trading it in, because, baby, I believe in ownership, just in case that lease situation or my if I go and buy it outright, then just in case that shit don't work out, I got me something of my own, you know, whatever. That's just what I personally think. Like, and that's why I didn't buy a house either, because y'all know it was hard buying a fucking house. The market is crazy. And I wanted a lot of land as well. So anyway, ownership is just super, not like super duper, but it is pretty big on the list. So I asked this man, I said, so you don't believe in owning nothing? He talking about, I mean, I could have owned a house, but I'm waiting on my wife to do that or whatever. So I said, that you need a wife in order to get your own shit? He like, no, because my dad, he get a VA loan, and he told me he just want me to move into this house, so I could have been had a house. You're who? You're who? He gonna say, oh yeah, he was gonna pay the mortgage or whatever, so like he was gonna give me the house and stuff like that. I said, so again, like, are you financially stable? So he's like, I mean, I pay $2,000 on a 1-bedroom. Bitch, ain't we all paying $2K? Ain't we all paying over $2K right now? That's the economy. Bitch, that's not a flex, especially on a fucking 1-bedroom. Is you crazy? And you stay in fucking Fort Worth? Like, no disrespect to Fort Worth, my bad. No disrespect to them. But it's like, sir, if you're gonna pay $2K, I would be expecting you to stay out in like Plano, Las Colinas for a 1-bedroom. Get you somewhere that's gated. Like you stay in a regular ass fucking apartment for $2K on a 1-bedroom. It's not a flex. It's not a fucking flex. So I asked him, I said, so you're naming prices as if, bitch, I can't afford $2K, as if I don't pay well over $2K where I'm at. So you said $2K to do what? Girl, he got mad. And hung up. I said, I really cannot understand how you women are sitting here and dating these no good ass niggas that don't have shit to fucking offer for fucking months at a time before you realize he not shit. Give me 10 minutes with a nigga. Give me 10 minutes with his ass. Ha! I'm gonna tell you everything I need to know. Credit score. And he ain't even gotta physically tell me the fucking credit score. I'm gonna figure it out. 10 minutes with him. I promise you. I know the man's credit score, what he can and cannot afford. And honey, I'm not on the list of things that you can afford. If you're bragging about $2K in rent, I'm not on one of the things that you can afford, love. This motherfucker told me he's paying $10K 5K a month, I'd be like, okay, that nigga do a little something. Nigga might be in a little account or something like that. We can make that work. We can make that work. You got like a little ocean view, little lake view. I can do something. And I said, after that one, baby, no more. OIT, OIT. If you're black, there's nothing for ya. If you're white, there's something for ya. OIT, OIT. That's where I'm going, baby. I'm not wasting my time no more. You guys are probably thinking, like, oh, Ari, why you just don't get you a black one off one of those wealthy sites? Because I'm going to be completely honest with you. If they are on them sites, baby, they're not looking for you. Nope. They're looking for the same thing we look for. Oh, palm color sugar baby. They're not looking for you. So anytime I see one of them black ones, I go ahead and keep on swiping. When I tell you, when I start swiping on the palm color one, I'm not even lying to you. I probably went from making like 3 matches with the black ones to now I have well over 100 fucking matches with the blue white people. And baby, they tricking. They tricking. Heavy. Ari's about to get a couple bills paid. Ari about to take a couple trips. Hell, I might be on the little allowance thing. I even let my wig go really fucked up, and I FaceTime a couple wig to the side and everything. Girl, they was loving it. They were in love with it. Ari told y'all the rebrand. The rebrand is on its way. I know y'all thought I forgot. I got a little bit lazy with it. You know what I'm saying? I got a little lazy. Baby, I ain't forgot what the mission is. We gonna make it happen. Okay, let's add some blush, you know, get this some color in there. Let's do that. I don't know which colors. I just be mixing. Let me see. I was like, I probably should have did orange today because I was like, keep it, you know, kind of simple. But we do need some color in the face. And then I'm gonna go curl my hair. And then when I come back, we can go ahead and finish. Girl, did y'all see that lady who talked about she got 3 jobs to support her man, and he be getting upset when she asks for like $20 or something like that? It's crazy. Like, shit y'all deal with. That's why I said, OIT, OIT. If you're black, there's nothing for you. If you're white, there's something for ya. I'm telling you, baby, I don't, no thank you. I want a soft girl life. And it starts now. Alright, so here we are, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and move on to our lips. As you guys can see, I added just like a couple little curls to the hair with some Marcel's. I used to be in cosmetology school, not too much on it. You know, I didn't finish, but, you know, I know my way around when I want to. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and use the LA Girl Brown to line our lips. And then I think we're going to go in with like Nubian Sand, possibly. Nubian Sand or either... What's the other shade I got? Well, no, let's just go ahead and do Nubian Sand. It'll be fine. Found it. Okay, so let's add some Nubian Sand. Here to the center. You know what I just sat here and forgot to do? Fucking spray my face. Like, what am I thinking? My goodness. Hold on. Normally I would be like whatever, but I know that I'm definitely about to go hug people's face, so yeah, I don't want to get no people today. Ooh. Alright guys, so here we are. This is the finished look. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, but only if you want to be here. I know we have a lot of new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you. However, let's go ahead and just go over the rules one time, all right? You don't have to be here if you don't want to be. And also, Ari does not ask for advice, all right? Please don't volunteer advice because I don't volunteer advice to y'all. I mean, sometimes I kind of do, but you clicked on the video to watch. Anyway, if I want advice, I'll come to your channel. Anyway, this is it. This is it. I think it turned out really well simply because we only used the little contour cream. Contour cream and some powder. I'm here for it. Give you a little everyday glow. Wait. I gotta show you guys my glasses ain't going because this is gonna complete the look today because y'all know I'm blind. Remember I told y'all that in the last video. I'm completely blind so I can't fucking see. So I had to go and get my contacts. I'm not really a fan of the contacts because she wants me to wear clear. And I know that color contacts are out, but bitch, I can't see clear on my lids. I mean on my eyeballs, so I have to wear glasses. But anyway, I thought these were So cute, so adorable, little gold frames. I bought like 4 different pairs. This is just one of them. I have like a red pair, a gray pair, and a black pair. Not all in the same style, but you get the point. You get the point. Your girl is out here. She's giving very much classy librarian. I'm out here in these streets selling you books. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, this gives. It gives, right? This is the look I'm going for today. I'm actually gonna finish it out with like some more gold accessories and stuff. But I'm loving my little glasses. You probably can't see because they got the little blue things on them. So you know, girl, I can't compare. I upgraded. But this is it. I gotta go. But I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time.